So, a very welcome and a very good morning. Thank you for joining us today. Here we're live for the match between Kcc and the Sai Cricket Club. A very interesting match in front of us here on Sunday morning. We started with the first over already. Mayur Joshi choosing to take the responsibility of the first over, and you can see an unorthodox run up, but very pinpoint bowling. It is already IPL season now, as you are aware. So T20s are just around the corner, and the perfect time for T20 action. Virat Sawant, of course, is the man at the crease, the opener, along with Tyagi, and they'll be looking to establish a good score today for their team early morning on this fresh pitch today, and now it's in the air. Yeah, that's taken. Well, that was interesting because it just landed very comfortably in the hands of the wicket of the fielder there, and we have our first dismissal already. So, hard luck for Virat Sawant. Back to the pavilion already, and now it will be important for KCC to make sure that they don't lose another quick wicket. So you can see we have Deepak Ramchandra now, who will be joining us on the crease, the man at number 3. So he's already ready now. The first ball is done. Good over so far by Mayur Joshi. Can he keep it at a wicket maiden? Because that would be very interesting. You can see a wicket and no run so far. So the pressure is building, I'm sure. Deepak now That's the final ball, and that's a wicket maiden to start the power play, and that is outstanding by Mayur Joshi. That is how you start your bowling attack Sunday morning, and he is on fire. So now, of course, we have strike change, and this is going to be the first ball of the next over. So Tejas is given the responsibility of the next over, you can see. And now you have, of course, Tenzing Yogi on the crease. First ball for him, he had to unfortunately just spectate the entire previous over. It'll be interesting to see if they can form a partnership here today because they need that, and that was close. And they get their first run on the board. That's their first single. A little applause from the pavilion as well. But that brings Deepak back on strike. So far, fast bowlers, medium pacers are the options that the SCC have gone for. They had a match just recently, if you remember, a few days back as well, against the OG Stars, where the SCC had a good game and an unfortunate ending. And now the ball has squeezed away. I think there's going to be a fielder in the DP. Yes, there is. He's going to come there, make sure they stop it at two. An extra run conceded there for me. But that happens. You can chalk that to the boarding blues. Now it's got behind, and that might roll all the way through. The fielder doesn't get there in time, and that's going to be the first boundary of the day. That's 4 runs added. You need some luck sometimes. It's missed the wicketkeeper there. Narrowly missed. You can see him saying that. But well, you take all the fours you get. So that's 7 for 1 now. The second over of the power play, of course. So that's 7 runs from this over. You remember the first over was a maiden over, of course. Good shot there, taking no risks, just playing it simple. Good cricketing defense there. 6 runs already on the board for Deepak. You can see right-handed batsman facing the right-handed fast bowler. Good combination. Oh, that was close. Well, that missed him completely, and that was a good ball. Good final 2 balls to recover the over, stop it at 7, and at the end of 2 overs, it's 7 for 1. So Mayur Joshi's brought back in the attack. You can see this time two good balls, a single of this ball as well. So that's 9 runs up. They're looking to get into the double figures first and then probably the triple figures. Again towards point, and that is going to be another single. So quick running between the wickets. That is very important. You keep rotating strike, you keep switching the strike, and you don't let the pressure build on just one player. You can see that that's why Tenzing is up 3 runs from 4 balls and Deepak 7 runs from 8 balls. But I'm sure they would want to get a little bit more out of this power play because at the end of this over there'll probably be around 10, 12, 15 runs at best. And I think their target should be about 40, 50, 60 runs at the end of the power play because these are the opportunities that you have to seize and you don't want to let these opportunities go when the fielders are not in a good count outside the field. Restrictions are in the favor of the batsman. You have to play it outside the inner circle, probably find the gap in the field where you can take more risks. Well, it's easier said than done, but it is important to try that. Deepak now. Final ball of the over for Deepak. Mayur running all the way in the attack now. And Deepak this time full toss but plays it across the ground. And I think there'll be a fielder there. Yes, close to mid wicket. And he stops it there for a single. So that ends the over. 3 overs up. 11 for 1 is the score for the KCC. So now Tejas Rathod back in the attack. Second over for him now. Good over apart from the 4, but this time a good shot, a very good shot. You have the man running, but he cannot reach there. That was a great shot towards fine leg, and that gets them 4. So you can see now they have been targeting Tejas's over a little bit, especially more than Mayur's. And now it's in the air. Well, is someone getting underneath it? It falls short. Falls just short, and well, that was a chance and a half. You couldn't get there, but I think they got a single out of it. So another opportunity towards mid wicket. But you can see they've started taking a little bit more risks now. They've got 5 runs already on the board. Are they going to go for a biggie in this over? Good defense once again by Nyogi. Gets that single. Good strike rotation. Making sure that they don't let the pressure build on one player, and that again, like I said, is very important. They're trying to exchange the load. Let's see how well that works out. 6 runs already in Tejas' over. Tejas in the attack once again, this time defended against point now. One is the call and a single again. They're easily sneaking those singles. Maybe the fielder at point can come a little inside, I think, there because he's standing at a position where if you just punch the ball very softly, it just gets you a quick single. It's happened 3 to 4 times already. And I don't think you want to make that a habit for the batsman because that brings them confidence. Defended once again now, just straight, and now another single's trying to squeeze through. Reaches there, slightly risky there. but they went for it. So that's 8 runs now in the over. A run on every single ball, if not more. So 15 conceded by Tejas so far. 19 comes up, and now the final ball of this fourth over of the power play. Good shot there, but held nicely by the fielder this time. Completely hit square, and that's going to be the end of the fourth over. Now 19.1, 19 for 1 for KCC. Oh, that was a good ball. Mayur back in the attack. They can see because only 4 runs in the 2 overs for Mayur so far. Because of course he got a wicket maiden, and then 4 runs of the last over. So they thought it's important we get Mayur back in the attack. 3 overs of his spell already will be used up. So maybe 1 over in the end for the death balls. Maybe he does one death over. I don't see him doing a middle over at this point. Mayur back in the attack. Now it's in the air. Is someone going to be there? No fielder there. This is the power play after all. And that's going to get them 4 runs. The first boundary that Mayur has conceded. And this is 4 runs for Mayur. The entire total that he conceded in the first 2 overs. So both of the batters now finding form. And with that good ball, that brings us to the end of this over as well. One ball to go. And that is that. So Mandar with a good over, very very good over indeed. That brings the power play to an end. 31 for 1 at the end of 6 overs. Good partnership building between both the batsmen. You can see about 15 runs between both of them. And this is what they need at this point. There will be opportunities to accelerate. Right now, they need to make sure they don't lose their wicket and they build on a solid partnership. So now, of course, we change the position on the field. We are going to be taking the other side, the other bowling end, as the power play has come to the end. Gaurav Gupte has been given the responsibility to lead the charge from the other side now for the middle overs. Good with the spin usually. Had a good match against the OG Stars as well. Got a couple of wickets. Had a good economy. Contained the runs in the middle overs. Can he do that once again? Can he break this partnership? Because that's going to be the aim for him today. First, get this next wicket. Because the first wicket came in the third ball of the first over, and since then, you've seen both these batsmen develop a fairly decent, fairly stable partnership now. Yogi and Deepak, of course. And now, oh, that was a close one. That was a very close one. So you need more of this, of course, I'm sure. But you cannot sleep on Gaurav Gupta because when he gets going, he spins the ball right between your legs and the bat and he'll get that wicket. Good shot now. Maybe is someone there. It falls just short. Well, that's going to be a single. Well, once again, this time just nicked a little bit. Goes straight in the hands of the bowler there. So, a couple of singles in this over. You can see 3 singles already. Nothing much more than that. I think Gaurav will take that, especially now the power play is ended. And now it's important to, make sure that you don't let the batsman get very confident. So now 7 overs are up. First over after the power play. It's 34 for 1 now. So Mandar has been given the responsibility yet again now. We saw him at the end of the power play. Now, they've been happy with his performance, they've been happy with what they've seen. With more fielders outside, probably can get an even better result. So he's conceded three in his first over. Right arm fast bowler, of course, in the attack once again. Oh, that's a good ball. That was on point, and well, it's difficult to play. And they just sneaked a quick single. Not much they could do more than that. So you can see Mandar's length and line has been very good today morning. 16 and 18 respectively, Nyogi and Deepak. That's in the air and it's found the gap and it's going to be a single. The fielder from the deep there coming, just making sure there's nothing funny happening in the field, returns the ball perfectly. You can see that gap is there between cover and point. Maybe they are trying to play more to the batter's weaknesses probably. This time it's in the air. That's a good shot. Where will it go? Well, there's a fielder there. And oh, he misses that one. He misses it this time, and that's a lucky break for the batting side. I think the bounce was a little uneven there, just caught him by surprise a little, and that's given them a very important boundary. 4 runs now for the KCC yet again. It's their first boundary in 3 overs, maybe I think. So they needed a little bit of that. They needed a little luck, something to go their way, and it has. So that suddenly improved the economy a little once again. And now that's quick running needed there, very much needed there because that was close. That was good fielding. That was sharp fielding, and the batter made sure he reached his crease on time there. 23 runs on the board already for Deepak, so he's building towards a good inning now. He should be targeting something close to 40s, 50s, just anchoring the inning a little. This time, a flighted full toss that just dipped in the end, and it's been played all the way down the ground. So interesting shots you can see here. The batters are going for a variation of shots. They're not just sticking to one shot selection that they feel they're confident about. They're playing to the ball, they're playing to the field, and maybe a little bit to the field where they feel they might get a little lucky as well. Good job there, goes to point. Should be a quick and happy single there. Strike rotation is well and very good. So that is 8 overs up, 43 for 1 at the end of 8. Gaurav Gupta now back in the attack. Spin is the choice, and now it's hit down the line, and that's going to be another 4. You can see a slight disappointment on Gaurav's face there. He's not happy with that, but that was well hit, and that's going to be a boundary this time for Tenzing. He said, "Don't forget about me. I'm playing as well. If Deepak, you can get a 4, I can get one too." So it's 25 and 22. 20 is up for both of them. Boundaries in consecutive overs. And suddenly they're finding form. This time that was close. I hope they're not trying to sneak a single there because that would be a silly run out. You can see the fielding has been very good overall for the SCC. Now hit it full toss. Where will it go? It's found the gap there directly. That's another 4 runs. can see that opportunity there on long off, and they're trying to target that spot a few times now, and they've got a couple of boundaries from that long off option. You can see they're playing with much more confidence now than the first 10 balls, and that's always the situation for a batter. Most of the batters today, they need some time to adjust themselves, to get, you know, used to the field, used to the ball coming onto their bat, judge the timing right. Sometimes you don't have that time in T20s, but once you get that, you can get scores like this. 9 runs on this over already, 1 ball to go. 50 has come up now, of course, for the KCC, and that is the end of the over. So that's 52 for 1 at the end of 9 overs. They're building up towards a good score now because they're going to be targeting your 160s easy. I'm positive of that. At least a 130. Interesting to see who's going to be the option for the 10th over now before we take the drinks break, of course, at the 10th over. So the responsibility has been given to Nishant Bagwe. Can he get a breakthrough for his team before the halfway phase of the first innings? Can he find the wicket? Can he find some moment of weakness in the armor of these batters? Nishant now, left hand spin. You can see, oh, that spun mighty. Squeezed for a single. Fielder all the way from cover, coming in towards mid off and making sure it's just a single. Nishant, now you can see good spin. He has good control over his fingers and the wrist. These kind of spin balls, the ones that might just go out and then googly in. That reminds you of the googly of the dusra. You have to play them on the back foot more often than not, and that sometimes takes the power off or takes the option of just going and hitting them down the ground because it might just squeeze in the gap. And you can see now here they've been happy with the single. Maybe they thought about the two and they took that two. 56 now, 3 balls to go. The conversation between Deepak and Niyogi will be very interesting at the 10th over mark, especially if they manage to stay at the crease, both of them. If they don't, well, there's a completely different conversation because you know who the anchor is, and there's going to be a new batter at the crease. But if both of them manage to stay at the crease, I'll be interested to see who's the one who accelerates first and who's the one who anchors the innings because both of them can't be doing the same role. Now he's hit it up, hits in the air. Where is it going? It's going for a big one. Well, that is a maximum, and it's got them their first six. The crowd there just making way for that ball to come. That is a massive six. It's cleared the fence, and it's got them 6 runs. 11 runs now, the first over. Nishant, he's not been bowling bad at all. But the quality of batting that we're seeing, it's up in the air again this time. Is there an opportunity? And he's caught it. He has caught it well. That is how you come back. That is how you make a breakthrough. We spoke about that. We spoke about what the scenario would be at the 10th over. And well, we've seen a wicket now. So it's 63 for 2. We've lost Yogi now. But it has been a very, very good innings. So we're back now for the second phase of this innings. We've lost 2 wickets now. We saw a very good innings from Yogi just before he was dismissed on the final ball of the previous over. So we have Deepak, who is now the anchoring set batsman, and we have now we're back. Nishan Bagwa in the attack now. He took a very crucial wicket, you'll remember that. And now Deepak and Kunal still at the crease. 69, 70 for 2. The second phase of the innings going on, of course. Couple of singles racking up. Kunal 5 runs from 6 balls. So he's getting on to a solid start, not taking a lot of risks to go for bigger boundaries, but he's squeezing those singles, rotating strike, making sure Deepak is not put under pressure, making sure he doesn't end up eating up too many, you know, maiden balls or dot balls, as they say. Stein tried for an interesting shot there, if anything else. That did not come off as well as he would have planned in his head. But it was interesting to see. You should always go for something innovative. Why not? Defends it this time. Just plays it towards mid on and gets a single there. That's 4 runs already in this over. He took a tumble there. I think a little awkward placement for his body there when he was defending the ball, but making sure he didn't give his wicket away. It's 73 for 2 now. The final ball of this over. Is Kunal going to go for a single? Steps out to it, hits it down the ground, and well, that might roll away for 4. He goes for a bigger one. He gets that 4, and he's happy with that. And well, that's runs up for Kunal as well. That is what you want to see from your new batters. So that's 77 for 2. at the end of this over. So Raj Mishra is the new bowler in attack now. His first over, of course, 6 runs conceded only. The bowling attack for the Sai Cricket Club has been very good today. They're not really conceded a lot of runs, not gone for the big ones often. A couple of fours here and there, maybe four fours, five fours, and then, of course, that one big maximum by Nyogi just before he was dismissed. But other than that, I haven't seen any silly bowling. I haven't seen, loose bowling that just gives the opportunity to be hit. The batters are taking those risks, and that is what is getting them something. Well, that was close because each stepped out of his crease there. Slightly quicker reaction could have been stumping there. So you can see it looks like Kunal has been instructed to take those risks now and shoot up the run rate, get those runs up because it's only 2 down still and it's already the 13th over. They need more runs. Kunal now, good square shot, and well, there's a fielder there, but the shot was exquisite. Deserved a little bit more than 1 run for sure. 3 runs now on the board in this over. It's a good showing for Raj Mishra so far. Kunal now this time a swing and a miss again. He's playing with fire, isn't he? Because one ball straight on the stumps is just gonna get him dismissed in this manner. He's showing his intent very clearly. I think that is something that Kunal should disguise a little. It's clear to the bowler what Kunal is going to go for, what he wants to try, and that in turn, makes the bowler able to adapt and throw something different at the batter. Kunal now straighter shot this time, but a good drive towards the right, and that is going to be single run from deep cover. That brings the 13th over to an end. 81 for 2 is the score. So you can see now, new bowler in the attack now. Hardik Bhatt has been given the responsibility of the 14th over. So they're variating things a little. They want to try something new. They want to give Hardik a chance to break this budding partnership because it's 34 for Deepak, out of which 10 odd runs have been contributed to this partnership with Kunal on 11. So good little partnership forming already, and that is something that SCC will want to break. So Hardik Bhatt seems to have recovered now, launching up for his first ball. Well, that is hit square once again. It should be a single. They're asking for two. They're asking the question for two. I think they'll get it. There you go. They get 2 runs. Kunal on the strike now. Why is the indicator? And now he swept it this time. Well, the sweep results him for just a single. For Hardik Butt, consistent with the length and line so far. It's been a good showing. Maybe a reverse sweep now. It's in the air. There's a fielder there, I'm sure, and that is an outstanding catch. Almost. Almost. Well, that looked to be incredible. But it just slipped out of his grasp in the end there. That was a very unorthodox reverse sweep prepared, and we were wondering why you're going for that. It didn't get him what he wanted. It actually put him in risk and danger. But he got out of that one, Deepak, now. And he's a lucky boy. He's a very lucky boy for that. Again, this you can see this flighted, slower ball. And now it's found the gap this time. It's found the gap, and that's going to be 4 runs. So we're talking about the flighted slow balls, and we're seeing how awkward it is to hit them. It hit them actually more than anything else. But this time, Kunal had the answer. He knew where to hit it, when to hit it, and how to hit it, and that's got him 4 runs. So that's got 4 more runs for him. He's inching closer to the 20s with a very good strike rate. And that's 9 in the over already for Hardik now, after conceding that 4. 90 for 2 now. And that should be wide. That was a wayward attempt. That was a wayward attempt. So that's going to be a wide, but just the way Kunal attempted that kind of put me a little bit in the doozy because, well, he just wanted to go all out. I think he saw it as an opportunity to hit it as a full toss. Now you can see the flight once again, this time rolled it. That'll go towards mid wicket, and that's going to be a single. So that's 11 in the over now. Good over so far for the batting team, and now he's switched all the way to the other side, going towards the leg. Very, very interesting shot there. It's got him a single. That's 12 from the over. Well, we're seeing some very interesting and fascinating batting as well. But with that, it's 93 for 2 at the end of 14 overs. So now we can see we've changed ends once again. It's the 14th over final. 6 overs to go. And Gaurav Gupta has been brought back in the attack. He has 2 overs left still. Good economy at that. And this time, I think it starts with a wide, but still, he's had a good performance overall today and in matches before. Just lacking a wicket probably, and that's what he'll be looking for in this over, I'm sure. Deepak at 36, Kunal at 19. This is a good partnership. This is a set partnership. And this is what SCC need to break. Good defense now. 19 from 16 for Kunal. 37 from 37 for Deepak. Kunal on the strike now. Lifts it, lofts it. It's going to go to the fielder there. They're asking for two. Are they going to get there? Yes, the throw is not good enough. And that gets them an extra run there. Well, they were thinking too much about it at one point, but they compensated that with quick running. That's four in the over, and Kunal back on strike. Just needs a little bit assistance with the shoe there, Kunal. I think the fielder stepping up from the other team's side and just tying the shoe up for Kunal, and that is the sportsmanship we want to see. That is what the sport and the game is all about. It's about helping, it's about sportsmanship, it's about good behavior, and it's about these moments of respect. Got him now. So 5 runs already. Gaurav Gupta in the attack. This time again a swing and a miss. A swing and a better shot actually. Not a miss per se. I think they were asking for a second run there again. And slight temptation from Gaurav. He's like, go back into your crease, man. Gaurav now. Final ball of his over. This time it's in the air. Well, and it's gonna go. And I think that's gonna go all the way. It stopped there. It stopped very well there. Slight confusion if that was a boundary or not, but I think he stopped that in time. No indication from the umpire as well. So that is going to be 101 for 2. The 100 comes up, of course. It's 101 for 2 at the end of 15 overs. The final five stat now. The death bowlers will start coming in. The death over stat now. And the batters, well, they're going to be looking to accelerate. It's going to be fun for us because they have 8 wickets in hand. I'm sure they want to accelerate now, at least one of them. And now Raj Mishra has been called up once again because they need him to pick a wicket here, probably. He's called for his third over. 2 overs left in his spell, of course. A good spell so far. The question is he going to contribute with a wicket as well now in this over? Because if you need a wicket, this is the prime over for it because the death overs have started. Another over or two could deal damage to the Sai Cricket Club because that is where I see these players accelerating just like that. Who is the call? And that goes through. Well, that has gone through. And that's going to be 4 runs. saw that four just squeeze through, and that was a lucky four, but a happy four. At the end of a good shot and a little bit of slightly loose fielding. So that's got 39 up for Deepak, of course. Kunal on 28. The question is Deepak gonna carry himself to a half century as well now? Because that will be the next landmark in his mind. They're asking for two there. Are they gonna get there in time? Looks like they have. Well, that's very good running. They've done that a few times now already. They've gone for those quick double set of runs, and that requires commitment from both the batters. But they've done that, so that's 7 runs already, plus the extra. So this is how you want to start, and this is how you want to hold your death overs because it's important that you build step by step and you get those runs racking up. Now that's a swing and a miss. This time a good length. You can see there, did leave a lot and kept the ball low, and that's got him a crucial dot ball in his over. Now the final ball of this over for Raj Mishra, facing off Deepak, of course. Steps up, hoists it up a little bit, but just a single. So that'll be a single to end the over. 111 for 2. Apologies, there's one ball left. Well, of course, we had the extra as well, which was the wide. So this will be the final ball, of course. And that has been hit huge. Where is it going to go? It's going to go in the hands of the fielder there, who is pointing to someone who probably told him to drop it or catch it. We will never know. But Kunal there, 28 from 20, a good innings so far. He went for the maximum because, well, he wanted it. He wanted to accelerate. He wanted some runs. You can understand. But well, caught on the boundary yet again. Another wicket falls very similarly. And that at the end of this over on the final ball is now a wicket for KCC. So now, 17th over is loading up. Gaurav Gupta has been given the responsibility of this over. He's been pretty stable and good so far. His final over of his spell now. Wicket is something that he's missing. The third over was slightly expensive for him, but overall he's been very good today. And this is the best time to bring him on because if they can use the spinner to squeeze in another wicket, especially of the set batsman like Deepak, it will put pressure, it will slow down the run rate, and these death overs once again swing in your favor. Now, hit across the ground, not taking any risk. Single is the call there. And well, he reaches it, but he reaches it slightly hurriedly. Himmat there. Himmat Obhan, the new batter on the crease. So now Himmat Obhan, the new batter on the crease, just marking his guard, marking his placement, setting himself up. We wonder what are the orders, what are the instructions given to him. Is it to accelerate? Is it to go large? Is it to protect your wicket for a while? But it will all play out in the next few balls and we will know what it was. Swings it there and asks for a single and he'll get that single. Gives the strike back to Deepak. Gaurav Gupta in the attack now to Deepak. Deepak steps out this time, slices it down, and that's going to go to the fielder there all the way to long off, and it's going to get them a single. Slight mind games with the field switch, maybe especially when you face a left-hander. Himmat there, the left-hander strikes. He finds the gap, and that's going to be 4 runs now. Well, that suddenly makes this decent over, okayish over, into a very good over for the batting side. Well, that's 4 runs. That's 7 runs up. There were 11 or 12 in the last over. They need to target 10 plus in these death overs to accelerate the score to a good amount. They're already at 120-ish, 118, close to 120. So they're going well, and the projected score is at 140 now. Good, another slice, and that might be another four. Will the fielder get there in time? No, he does not, and that's going to be another four. And well, what an ending to the over, because that's 11 runs off it. That's the end of Gaurav's spell, and that's 122 for 3 after 17 overs. Now the third over of his spell to Tejas Rathod. Maybe trying something different, maybe bringing a new angle or a new twist to this innings. Now, good start from Tejas. It'll be interesting to see how the left-hander plays spin because we already saw him get two fours in the last over. That is the benefit of having a good left-hander, left-handed batsman, especially in your team. And Himmat Oban has taken it by storm here. Took one ball to set himself up, got a single off it, and then two good fours. Can he play to his name today, Himmat? Steps out confidently, smacks it well, and that's going to be a single. They asked for two, and that's going to be 2 runs. Well, that gets Himmat back on strike. So the runs are racking up, and the boundaries are flowing as well. Previous few overs, boundaries, yes. They just needs to find a breakthrough for his team here. SCC will want a wicket. They want to stop this partnership similarly to what they stopped the last one as well. That's a good ball. 143 is the projected score now. 125 already. A decent score on the pitch today. It's not the bouncy, flush, plush pitch that we usually see, but it's not half bad, and it's getting you those runs. Now, how many more runs can KCC get? Good shot there, played towards the leg. So that's 5 runs in this over already. Himmat still on strike, of course. Took a couple of doubles. Tejas in the attack now. Once again to Himmat, the left-hander. Good shot. Opens the face of his bat very beautifully. Timed it well. Takes a single, I assume. And yes, he does. You're seeing cricketing excellence there with Himmat. The way he's hitting those strokes, the way he's opening the face of his bat, the way he's gripping it all. So that brings the over to an end. 129 for 3 after 18 overs. Just 2 overs to go. They're already close to the 130 mark. How much more can they get now? Because now I'm sure wickets are not the biggest concern for the KCC. They just want to go huge, they just want to go large and get some more runs on the board now. So now the ball in the attack now. And that's a good ball. Oh, well, he's got his man there. He's kept the ball low. He's kept it on target. Well, that is called stump bowling. He's got his man there. And a very, very important wicket at this time. Well, just 4 runs short of his 50 mark there, Deepak. He's had an amazing inning. He has been the man for this team. But this time he went for the big one. He wanted to take those risks. He knows his team needs more runs. Unfortunately, the ball was good. It was on the line. It was on the money. And it cost him his wicket. Applause for the innings that we've seen here from Deepak. 100%. This has been the best innings of the day so far. And that brings Tapan out along with Himmat. We're still going to continue. We still got 2 more overs to go. So Mandar has delivered in his third over, of course. We spoke earlier about the effectiveness of his bowling. He's got a very important wicket, Mandar. And this time he has faces a new batter on the crease, Tapan, of course. And Himmat now becomes the experienced batter, even though he's faced not more than 7 balls. There's no time to think too much about these things. There's no time to make more mistakes. These are the death overs, and this is where you rack up those runs. You take your team from 130 to 140, 150, 160, 170. You never know. But if you give up and if you leave it all to chances, doing the small work, well, it will just take the opportunity of success away. And there you have it. Another wicket. Well, back to back. Ganesh now, the new batter, this time just playing it simple. Well, Mandar has. Well, that's a direct hit. Well, he's in. He's in. He looks safe. But suddenly you can see there's a new stem of energy in the field and the players of SCC. Himmat Oban still at the crease. Ganesh now the new man there. Two wickets lost in succession. And suddenly the face of the match has changed once more. This could have very well have been one of those overs that gets you those 10, 15 runs where those players would go for it. Unfortunately, it has not turned out that way for the batting team. Or maybe it still can. It's going down the line. Two is the call. Good fielding. Mana on the attack now. This time, good crisp hit there, but it's going to find a fielder. I think there is one there. Yes. Good throw, and then they get another wicket there. Well, well. The wickets are just tumbling at the moment now for KCC. That is the kind of throw that you need. That was a prompt throw. That was a very good throw. Himmat survives and they lose Ganesh as well now. So that's three wickets in this over and just 3 runs. I know it's the 19th over, but it has scored so much in the favour of the Sai Cricket Club. Mandar will be so happy with this. Well, that should be that. Final over now. 133 for 6. Good target so far. But now they've lost a few important wickets here. And they don't have that set batter who can probably confidently guide them into a boundary or two, which is what they need. And I think Tejas's aim now for the final over would be just to make sure that he gets his length and line right, doesn't try anything super fancy, doesn't get super creative, just good old bowling, so he doesn't concede extra runs that he has to. Now Tejas once again. This time a wider approach they're asking. And that there it is. Well, slight confusion and gets them another wicket, another run out there. see the happiness, you can see the smiles. It's become a little bit tedious towards the end of this innings now. You've seen them go from 3 to 7 down in just a matter of 2 overs. I know they don't care about their wickets now. I know they're going for runs in every single possible way. But there's a certain way that you might go about with it where it fetches you more runs as well. Trusting angle. Sundar now the new man on the crease. Tries to swing and this time they've got him. They've got their man on target. Well, that's 8 down. So that's 135 for 8 now. 19.4. You can see this becoming more of come and go. It's 2 runs in this over. I think 3 or 4 runs in the previous over as well. So very, very good death bowling by the SCC. They have controlled, especially the last 2 overs. Massively, massively made sure that they keep the runs down. They've taken a lot of wickets, and it's become a situation where a chase that could have been 160, 150, and at least 140. It doesn't look like they're going to reach that 140 figure, and that is all down to the bowling of the SCC. 137 is the projected score now. At one point, it was 160. While that was not sustainable, I think 150 was very much possible in the kitty of KCC. The approach that they needed would be a little different, especially at a few moments. But the score that they've set as of now is a very high and very respectable score indeed. Still is in their favor. Good bowling can make sure that they win this match still. 136 comes up. Are we going to see a final run? And this time, on towards the leg side, and well, there's a fielder there. He's there. He's going to be happy to limit, and they are going to end, and that's going to be the end of the innings. So 138 for 8 after 20 overs, very well showing by the batting side. Good recovery by the SCC, and the Sai Cricket Club need 139 from 20 overs, 120 balls, and the chase is going to be on very, very soon, and it's going to be very interesting. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back very soon. So, welcome back. We're back here for the chase, and the chase is on already. 139 to chase now for the Sai Cricket Club, and Amit Rathod, along with Karan Manan, the two openers, have taken to the chase already. Six of the second ball went for a maximum, and they're already trying to accelerate and establish their dominance early on in this power play. So Karan Menon now on strike, setting his guard, getting ready to just make sure that he can find a couple of boundaries as well. Jimit Sangvi, the first bowler to get in the attack for this defense of the total. Jimit now wider option this time. I think that'll be a wide. Yes, wide is the signal. You can see Karan Menon and Amit Rathod both are very proficient with hitting it for the big ones, finding those boundaries. That's what they need early on. This time, wider ball, he plays it now, cuts it well. There's a fielder there, and that's going to be a single. But that was a well hit shot. That had power, and that was a little venomous, even. That brings Amit back on strike. Is he going to go for another boundary in this over? Two more balls left. Nine conceded of the first over as of now for Jimit. This time again, he's going for a big one. Now, who's there underneath it? Nobody there. It's running. It's running. Can someone stop it? No, he cannot get there in time, and that's going to be four more runs for Amit Rathod and the team. Just got out of sight there with a brilliant shot. That's 14 up already. 13 up already. Now this time, just a defense, and that is it. So that's 13 of the first over. A very good start for the Sai Cricket Club, and 13 for no loss. Now Himmat is the one given the responsibility of the second over. Now Himmat facing off against Karan, and start with the dot ball. Himmat contributed with a couple of runs, a couple of boundaries in the first innings, just changing the field around a little there. Himmat in the attack now. This time a slower one, and well, that gets his man. It completely misses. He went for the big one. It was a slower one. Himmat read the intentions of the batter there, and that gets them their first wicket. Second over, first wicket. First innings, first over, first wicket. It's not too far off. They're on track once again now. So Dharmik Bhatt is the new batter on the crease now. Amit Rathod just watching from the other side. A couple of wides and 11 runs for Amit already. They lost Karan. He went for a maximum, tried to go for a big one. The intention was clear, but Himmat read that on time. So now Dharmik, the new batter on the crease, his approach will be interesting. Himmat seems to be seeping with confidence at this moment. Oh, that was a shout. That was half a shout, maybe. You can see here 126 needed in 111 balls. Himmat once again wider approach this time, but the batter chooses to defend that one, not taking any risks that he doesn't need to at this stage. Like we discussed during the first innings as well, building a partnership, making something stable, having a foundation is very important to a chase. You can't just go for the big ones, especially after you lose one of your openers. Should you go for them? Maybe sometime, but not immediately. So that's the first three balls done for Dharmik, all dot balls. So this is also shaping up to be a wicket maiden now. We saw one before in the first innings. The first over was a wicket maiden. Now this is shaping towards becoming a wicket maiden in the second over as well. So band for band as they say, but no, they're gonna get a single there. And there goes the opportunity of a wicket maiden, but still an overall brilliant over. Just one conceded of it, one wicket as well. 14 for 1 after 2 overs. Now we have the third over starting. Karan Sehgal, of course, dot of the first ball, first over of his spell. Bowling to Dharmik this time. Just plays it now, defends once again. So that is, you can see the pressure building slowly on the batters. One run from the seven balls that he's played, Dharmik. This is the power play after all, and this is a chase. So you can't take the balls you haven't granted, balls you have in hand, granted for too long, and he's responded with just that. And you can see the speed with which the fielder was running there. That's a four. That's a very good four. But he did not give up right till the end, and that is going to be a motivator for the rest of the field. I'm sure that you see someone running with all their might, then it doesn't matter if they get there or not, because the effort matters. But for his team, Dharmik has gotten a very crucial four in this over, and suddenly things look up again. Two balls left in this over now. Karan Sehgal, good over, hit it full toss now, try to find the gap there. It's running across the field. I think the fielder gets there, stops it probably for a two, and yes, it's going to be 2 runs. So that's dot 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 4 and 2 runs. Final ball of the over now in the attack car, and this time just played it towards mid wicket. A single to end the over, and that's 21 for 1 at the end of 3 overs. So now we have the fourth over of the power play. Just hit up, hop in the air, and well, that will go for 4. So Dharmik has started catching steam now. He's started to find his form, find his legs, and he's hit a couple of boundaries now. So 12 runs on the board for Dharmik, 11 on the board for Amit Rathod. They're finding the groove step by step, but they're finding it. That's it for the 4. Oh, last moment turn away by the batter there. Maybe he saw something that distracted him. That's 4 and a 1 now. 26 for 1 is the score, 113 from 100 balls. If the power play goes on this rate, it's very much in the favor of the Sai Cricket Club. I'm sure their aim must be a 50 or more in the power play, and that would make it very favorable for them. But the question is, are they going to be able to do that, reach that landmark, and or are they going to survive and not give away cheap wickets? Good batting there, good defense. He's got 5 in this over already. Dharmik and Amit. So another dot ball now. 26 for 1. One ball to go in this over. Himmat has been finding the right length and the right line. He's been bowling consistently well so far. Now facing off to Amit Rathod. And this time it's up in the air. Well, half a chance if you say so. And that is it to end this over, the fourth over. That's 26 for 1 at the end of 4 overs of the power play. 2 overs to go in the power play. Fifth over of the power play now. 26 already on the board. Taking a single now. So Amit and Dharmik are forming a pretty little good partnership here between them. 15 and 11 between them. We saw this building out very similarly in the previous innings as well between Deepak and multiple batters who partnered with him numerously throughout the innings. Karan Sehgal now. Oh, that's slight misfield there, but they don't opt to go for the second run. Another thing that we noticed in the first innings is that sometimes you have the opportunities to go for the second run. But what does happen in those situations, especially in the blistering heat, the afternoon and morning heat here in Mumbai, is that it tires you out, it exhausts you, and then your reflexes might get a little slower, your response rate might get a little slower, or the shot power might go down, and that is where you end up, losing your wickets when you're going for the boundaries because you've overran yourself with the singles and the doubles. That's a very critical factor to think about as well because everyone's fitness levels are, of course, not the same. 3 runs now, then a couple of dot balls. 11 from 11 for Amit and 16 from 14 for Karmik. Good defense once again. That's it. Flat along the ground towards the right side. That's going to go in the hands of the fielder at mid off, and that will end the fifth over. So, fifth over, 5 overs up of the power play. 29 for 1 is the score. Not the acceleration they would have dreamed about, right? But I would say 1 over left. Can they get 10 more runs, 11 even, make it about 40s? That would be a different thing to conceding, say, of 3, 4, or 5 runs in this over. And that's going to be very important who the responsibility goes to. So Sundar now the new bowler in the attack. He has been given the responsibility to finish this power play. Very similar patterns emerging between both teams. A new bowler introduced in the sixth over in the previous innings as well. Similar strategy here. 110 needed from 90. So the gap, mind you, keep a watch on that gap between the runs and the number of balls. It's fluctuating around 20 as of now. If it reaches 30 or more, the match stands in the favor of the bowling team. And if it goes below 20, then suddenly the match comes in the favor of the batting team. That is a simple way of this evaluating if you don't want to get too complex. So now Sundar, good first ball. Dharmik 16 from 15, Amit 11 from 13. The run rate has gone down. It touched 7, 7.5 earlier in this innings, and now just settling a little bit around 5, 5.5. So then now slower run up. This time you can see a different approach. Slower run up, right arm swing, and now he's found the gap there. That's going to be 4 runs. Well, that is what they needed. That's what we talk about. And 34 comes up now. So now they're closer to the 40 mark. 3 balls to go. So they attack now once again. This time again trying to go to the select side. There's gonna be a fielder there. You can see the intent there. You know what the batsman is targeting. You know where he wants to hit the shot. Now it comes down to your bowling accuracy rather, and your field setting that controls what the fruition is to the batsman with shots like these. That was a close one. So it's a 1-for-1. Sundar now this time. Oh, he tries to play it towards the backside, but could not get enough purchase on that shot, and that's gonna end with a single. So well, it's 36 after 6 overs. That's the end of the power play. Decent power play, good runs on the board, 36 for one, and well, the chase is heating up. So now we've got a new bowler in the attack after the power play. Ganesh is the man trusted with the responsibility of the middle overs of the seventh over here. That's going to be another single. 48 comes up. So Dharmik and Amit now you can see they've set themselves 18 from 19, 17 from 16. Similar to the previous innings, playing it safe, playing it good and smart, switching strike, and just looking for those half chances that can go for a 4 or 6. Well, it is important they do keep finding those boundaries as well, but you can see the gap between the balls and the runs very much similar, and maybe he's found a boundary there. Oh, there is a fielder covering that up. Gets there in time. Three runs so far in Ganesh's over. As we're talking about the difference between the runs and the ball, still up and close to 90. And now there's an opportunity, and that's taken. A brilliant catch in the deep. That is what they needed. They need to break that partnership, and he has stepped up. He's taken a great catch. He's pushed himself for it. He dove down for it, and he made sure he held on to it. An important wicket is now taken. Tried to go long, tried to go for a big one. Unfortunately, that is the wicket of Amit Rathore. So it's 39 for 2 in 6.5 overs. Still have a ball left, and well, that is going to be end of the seventh over now. 40 for 2. Good mark so far, but a little behind the run rate. That can be recovered. Interesting to see if they can form another partnership again, or if now KCC, this is an opportunity to go in for the kill almost. Go in with their better bowlers and try and take another wicket. We'll see what happens. Sundar, of course, is back in attack. Sundar now in the attack once again. 6 runs, just 6 runs off his first over. Now to see Sundar, right-handed, slower approach, of course, and well, he had to play that on his back foot. It was a little difficult there. 98 needed in 77. That's another single now. So Tejas is trying to sneak singles like we discussed earlier on. Just get a little bit confident, a little bit comfortable there, Tejas. Sundar once again. Oh, that was close. Well, good defense there. Because that would have spun onto his leg and could have been a good appeal for leg before. One so far. 96 needed of 75. Dharmic now on the crease. Oh, that was close. Well, half an appeal there. I don't think he got a nick. Somewhat of an appeal from the wicketkeeper. Nothing major from the bowler there. But you can see very good bowling. He's not given an opportunity for Dharmic to strike, to open up his arms, use the force of his body and go for a big shot. He's bowling it at the right precise moment, at the right precise spot. Once again, you can see difficult. You have to wait for them on the back foot, and that puts you in an awkward position. Well, that is that for the eighth over. It's 43 for 2. So now Tejas on strike, hits it, and that's gonna be a single. Goes all the way towards long on, gets him a single. Dharmic stepping out this time. That's in the air. Well, where's it gonna go? No man's land, and a single at that. So hit it a little half-heartedly there, Dharmic. But I think his first focus was to clear the bowler there. Which is 45 for 2 now. Dharmic is the experienced batter on the crease. Tejas is the one who maybe can take a little bit more risk if he wants to. This time wide will be the signal. Yes, it is wide. Slight issue with his grip there or his gloves for Tejas. Once again, wide and a single. No single this time. Too close for comfort. Now, so he wants to go. This time he's hit it big. He's gone down the ground. Where is it gonna go? It's gonna go for a maximum. That is the biggest one of the lot, the biggest one of the day, and a very, very huge six. Also, big shot by Tejas, and that suddenly makes this look like a very, very good over. This time chops it slightly. No edge, no wicket. Last ball of the ninth over now for Ganesh. Second over for his spell. How is he going to end it? What's going to be the choice? This time wider. Swept. Just cut rather. Cut square and that's going to be nothing. So that's 52 for 2 at the end of 9 overs. And a lot of good batting to come as well. Sundar now to bowl his third over of his spell. Wider option this time. That's going to be signaled wide. But they can rely on him. That's what he's shown so far. 2 overs, 9 runs given. That is why he's got the responsibility back again already. Only thing missing is a good, juicy wicket. Sundar now. 86 needed of 65. It's very much in the hands of the Sai Cricket Club. I won't deny that. 53 for 2. Not a lot of wickets lost. Half of the innings still to go. You just have to play it smartly to make sure. I think 50s, 52, 53 was somewhere the midpoint mark for the earlier team as well. They did accelerate late into the innings, especially in the 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th over. Now Tejas and Dharmik on the crease. Tejas hits it along the ground. The throwback and well, slight confusion there, but no from the other side. 3 runs in the over so far. 22 of 28 for Dharmik, 11 of 10 for Tejas. Final few balls of this over before the smallish halfway point break. Sundar now clips it lightly, square. Sundar will go once again and he'll be facing Dharmik once again. That's 59 to 2 at the end of 10 overs at the halfway point. So we're back now for the second half of the second innings. The chase is on once again. 60 for 2 is the score now. Three balls up in this over already. Dharmik Bhatt and Tejas Rathod still going strong. Dharmik at 26 now, so he's established himself. He's locked down his foundation. Tejas at 12. Himmat now once again in the attack. This is going to be his third over. Now the real question is, are they going to save Himmat for the final few overs, or are they going to use him in these next 5 overs for the second time? Because he's already got them one wicket. There's only has been one more wicket apart from that, and I think they do need a break in this partnership now. The KCC, especially if they wish to win this game. Now try to sweep it. Half attempted sweep there. The fielder's there. Fielder there at short fine leg, making sure that it was only a single. That's it there. And now bamboozled the fielder a little bit. He's trying to catch up with it. Is he going to reach there in time? Yes, he does. But that's not going to be a four. But I'm sure they'll be running a couple of runs, if not more. And that brings the 11th over to the end. 64 for 2 at the end of 11 overs. It's heating up all right now because now the gap is reducing a little. They know that the overs are counting down and maybe they have to accelerate because the required run rate has gone up to 8.3. The 75 needed in 54 balls. The gap between the runs and the balls still very much similar, around 20 in number. The batters still set at the crease, and a lot of batting yet to come for the Sai Cricket Club. They do have Raj Mishra, they do have Vihan, they do have Mayur Joshi as well. So they're not lacking for firepower. So I think the right decision would be to probably see out another over or two, get those 10, 12 runs in, and then accelerate. If you lose your wicket, you lose your wicket. You have a lot of batting to come, but you don't want to take it right till the end and then have the pressure build up on you. Of course, our very own captain, ex-captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni used to do exactly that. He used to take it right to the end. He used to get the chase down to a small total, but you need a cool head and an ability to handle pressure to be able to do that. Here, maybe it's better to keep clucking at it away, keep poking, chinking at the total away step by step, and keep taking small risks in many pockets. Sundar now back for his final over now. Good ball there. That has gone straight past, whizzed into the hands of the keeper. Slight conversation there with the umpire, you can see. Let the experts take the calls there. Saw that wicket, but before that, maybe a slight conversation. If not, yes, it is confirmed that is the wicket. Well, so we're looking for a confirmation. The confirmation has arrived. That is a wicket. And now, so the senior batsman, if you say so, is the one who has been dismissed. He's had a great innings, you can't deny. But now we have a new batter at play. We have Teja still at the crease, but a wicket has fallen. We have Faisal Sheikh coming in now. Well, he had a brilliant showing last time out, and he showed the ability to go for those big shots as well. So now we have Faisal Sheikh along with Tejas Rathod. We're still at 66 to 3, 11.3 overs. So Sundar gets his first wicket in his last over of his spell. A very important wicket. Make sure to break the partnership. Make sure to make some strides towards breaking the momentum. And now 3 balls to go. Faisal Sheikh cuts it slightly. Good shot there and gets a single. Sundar once again a good ball, and that brings his spell to an end. 20 runs in 4 overs, a wicket as well. That is a good spell for Sundar. And well, you can see the fall of wickets here. And at 13, at 39, and 66. That completes the 12 over mark. So 3 overs to go before you can say that you're officially in the final overs, in the death overs, where the risk taking and the shot striking both go up. Shashi now. So, an interesting change of events. We had Shashi coming in for his first over, a completely new bowler now introduced, and well, they've gone long for that one. Is there someone underneath it? And well, you have that. That's a catch. One handed catch. I think it dropped. It probably took it after the bounce. We saw it come into the hand already, but I think it was a bounce before he caught it. The camera failed to capture that one, but it's 1 run. That would have been fantastic if it was what it was, but it was a bounce and then into the hands of the fielder. Now cut, and I think he's found the gap there. He's found the gap, but there's a fielder in the deep. Fielder makes sure it's a single. Single this time. So good start to the over from Sashi. He's got a single, then a dot ball. 69 runs needed from 45. The run rate is slowly and steadily spiking up. You can see that. That will not be biggest concern yet, as long as it's still under 10, but it is rising. 3 runs now. Faisal now trying to find the gap there, and they've got him. They've got a crucial wicket. You can see the happiness. What a catch that is. What a ball. Faisal tried to clear the fence there, headed over the fielder there, but they get him, and that is an important wicket because he is a hitter, all right. This time could not get his shot away, and he's lost his wicket. So now is the tide swinging into the favor of the KCC. They've lost Faisal. That's the fourth wicket now. And the run rate is climbing up. Well, it's 71 for 4, and Vihang comes out now. So now Shashi, last ball, this time a wider ball there. Oh, well, the keeper grabs that. So that's 71 for 4 at the end of 13 overs. The next few overs are going to be very critical now. That was a slight slip, and well, that might roll away all the way. Can they stop it? Oh, they cannot. Well, that was an expensive slip because, well, Himmat's final over of his spell, just 11 runs given in his 3 overs so far, averaging around 4 an over. Very, very good economy. And a slight, let's say, slip up from the wicketkeeper there. That adds 4 runs to the total of the batting team. And every boundary is crucial. You have to be a little bit more aware, but that was hard luck. Now, this time, it's up in the air. Is there someone underneath it there? No, and that's gone for a big one. Well, this is what might happen sometime. You let go a little bit, you concede a 4, and then suddenly there's a big 6 after that, and it's 10 runs now. Well, that might have changed the equation a little bit. see the run rate falling now. Wider ball this time, just flick now. Very nicely. Asking for a single, asking for a double as well. I think nobody reaches there in time. And that's going to be another four. No fine leg, no deep cover. And both times the field, playing to the field perfectly there, the batsman. Tejas is very comfortable on the field now. He's set, he's looking around, seeing where he needs to be and where he needs to hit, and in turn, carrying those runs away. No fine leg again. So now let's see where's Himmat gonna bowl. This time straight center and no runs on that one. But you've got 14 in this over already. It's been a huge over for the Sai Cricket Club. I think this could be the defining over if they manage to capitalize on it. Well, it's 54 for 37 now suddenly. And it's very much doable once again. Now stopped. Single is the call. They're going for the double. They're going for the two. And they cannot get that wicket. They can't get that run out. And they get the second run as well. So that's 87 for 16 from that over. A huge, huge over indeed. And now confidence soaring back into the team in pink. So that brings Himmat's spell to an end. 23 runs off it. So now we change the side of the innings once again, and Shashi is brought back in attack after his brilliant over earlier. Now hit behind, no fine leg there. The wicket keeper's gonna run all the way, and I'm sure they're gonna get two out of it, if not three. That brings Vihang on strike. You can see a little bit of tiredness seeping into Tejas Rathod. Well, he has been playing for a long, long time, so it's understandable. And I think this is the moment where you need more support from your non-striker as well, from your partner as well. And there is the support. I think he's gone for a maximum. Where will it reach? It's going to bounce in front of the fielder there. So no four, no six, but he did go for it. He did show that it did, and I think he'll be a little bit happy that the fielder was not aggressive to come and take a catch there. I think there was half an opportunity if he had committed to it a little earlier to come for a catch. Now, once again, going big, and he's caught that. What a catch! What a catch that is! Hats off. That's hats off indeed. Well, match defining catch once again in the field. Tejas thought he had cleared the field. You can't blame him there. What a catch. He plucked it out of the sky. We're speechless here because this has changed the entire dynamic of the game once again. So now they've lost another very, very set batsman. And Tejas Rathore is dismissed. You can see the disbelief on Vihang as well because what a catch there. Now Who's gonna come on board? Is it gonna be Mayur? Is it gonna be someone else? But suddenly, it looks a little difficult once again. So now, this is what Shashi was bought in for. The first time he delivered, it was first time it was so nice he had to do it twice. So he's got the second wicket. Still considered only 6 runs in this over. This is truly mega impact by Sashi, taking crucial wickets during crucial times. Gaurav Gupta now, the new batter on strike. Left-hander, Sashi in the attack. Wider pitch this time, but fuller, and that's a legal delivery, alright. And that's a good shot, there's a fielder in the deep. He reaches there. Well, what a shot there. Now, immediate response, a quick 4 by Vihang because he, as a captain, wants to step up and is stepping up to the plate now. So that's 4 now, a very important 4. So the total still is etching closer and closer. It's 95 for 5 and has 15 overs. 5 overs to go. The 10th overs now, the important overs now. 5 wickets down already. I'm sure they would have wanted a few more batters to still be available, I guess. They would probably be happier with the 2 or 3 down by now, the Sai Cricket Club. But you have to make the best of the situation because you have to take risks now. And then you have to see what happens with it. 44 from 30. Not easy, not impossible. So now Karan Sehgal brought back in the attack. Right arm, wider ball this time. I think that'll be a wide. Yes, there is the indicator, but you can see the intent there. He wants to find that gap towards the wider off line so that it's not easy to hit them big because you have to open your arms far too wide, step to it. Look at that. But if you get a connection, that's a good one. Well, it could get you something like this. Well, that is a big one, and that gets you a 6. Well, if you don't find that line perfectly well, it gets you a big one like that. And this is what they needed in this over. And Gaurav Gupta has delivered 7 from 3, 7 from 4. Both the batters are looking to accelerate. Huge. And now, is there someone coming underneath it? Could not get that one under the sun. That was a difficult one to grab. You can understand the wind as well. A lot of movement. Those are very difficult. You can see the fielder slightly stumped there because A, he thought it might come close to his head there. And second, the wind moves the ball a lot. It's difficult to judge there. That was half a chance. 2 runs off it. The run rate falling quickly. It's under 8 now. It was 9.8 at one point. It's 7.5 now. 35 needed in 28 balls. Now, especially after that 6, I would say the match is again swinging in the favor of the team in pink, of the Cycling Club. And you can see now the right-hander comes to bat, and you see a lot of changes in the field once again. Vihang has gone for the big ones already. He has the power, he has the technique, he has the expertise as well, and the experience as a captain. Now, going for the big one, that's a good shot. Where it's gonna go, that's gonna go maximum once again. A brilliant 6, and now things are changing. Now you can see a completely different story because suddenly the run rate is falling, the chase is on, and now the current run rate is more than the required run rate. These last few overs have really put it in their favor. 28 of 26 now. Karan Sehgal a little stumped there, trying to find some answers, trying to find some solutions. The match is turning, and there have been 2 to 3 turning points. So many twists and turns in the storyline of this match. It swings in the favor of one team, then the other, one team, then the other. But the Sai Cricket Club have done a great job in consistently, shaking away at the runs, consistently taking those off. Sometimes the run rate got away from them, but they did not falter there. They did not let the pressure get to them. They kept their runs coming, and then they accelerated when the time was right, when they felt they could go for the big shots, when they felt the risks were worth taking. And over the last 2 to 3 overs, it's given them the results so far. That ends the over 113 for 5. So now Shashi is brought back in the attack, and immediately Gaurav Gupta responds with a 4. And now you can see the confidence is on another level for the SCC. They see the victory in their sights. They see a possible win here, a easy win here, easy in the sense of from now on, from what they've built, the foundation. Can the KCC come back? Yeah, they can. What do they need? A couple of wickets. They need 2 important wickets. And that is what can change the game to them. If not, it's in the hands of Vihang and Gaurav Gupta. 15 from 7, 15 from 8, 200 plus strike rate. Almost 200 strike rate rather. That's what you can see from both these sides. Both these batters, I would say rather. Batsman stepping up, taking responsibility, delivering when required. Can Shashi get another wicket? He's been great so far. Only conceded 16, not even after counting the 4 and 1 in this over. That's a good ball. That's a good ball. That would be a single. I think they're going to come for 2. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. That is quick running. That is good running. And that is what shows intent. All of these runs, all of these singles, all of these extras, they matter in the end. You can see the partnership. 120 comes up and just 18 runs now. 19 runs needed. That's a wider option this time. Now, where's it going to go? It's going to find the gap there, and that's going to be 4 more. So now they're well beyond the number of balls that they have in hand. So now you can say that it is in their hands for sure for the Sai Cricket Club. 15 runs needed in 19 balls. Oh, that's an opportunity, and that is there. He has got his man. He has got his man. He's got Vihang. Vihang is upset with that. He went for a maximum. He went for the big one. He had a big swing at that. And have we seen another turn in this match now? That's 6 down. And they've lost Vihang now. Who is the captain rather, who was the influential factor. They've accelerated and established themselves dominantly since he has come in. And now you can see the bowlers are starting to come in because now Mandar is the next batter here. Vihang, very good innings so far. Extremely crucial. Very less balls used up. Very good strike rate. But I think they would have wanted him to see this off in the end. Till the end, there was only about 14 runs left. 14, 15 runs left now. 15 they need in 18 balls. Now it's up to Mandar and Gaurav Gupta. So now we're back in the responsibility now is with Ganesh. Well hit by Gaurav Gupta, and I think he's found the gap there. He's found the gap brilliantly, and that's 4 more runs. He says, don't forget, I'm still around. I will see this through. He's stepping up, taking the responsibility. That's a brilliant 4. So it's 128 now, 11 runs needed. Mandar, we will see what he is comfortable doing, but now there's a big one. Now that's into the end, that's caught on the boundary. Very comfortably, that was peak fielding there. He was cool as a cucumber, and he's taken a massive wicket. He's taken Gaurav Gupta's wicket, and that might have changed the entire scenario of the game once again. Well, they've lost Vihang, they've lost Gaurav Gupte, and well, do we have another twist here? What a catch that was! Comfortable, cool as a cucumber, cool as ice. The pressure of the game on his catch, and he's taken it. Absolutely taken it. So now we had Raj Mishra come on strike, immediately go for a four, and that is again crucial because 11 from 14 becomes 7. And now you need singles. You just don't need to lose your wickets because I think that 4 was very critical and he went for that, Raj Mishra. It's been such a close game, such a beautiful game to watch. Look at that. He's making sure he doesn't give a silly wicket away. And that would be that. So, 7 runs needed from 2 overs, 18 overs done already, 10 extras. A lot of it changed in the last 3 overs when we hung, and of course, so many other batsmen went going as well. They went big, Rathod as well, along with Vihang. And now you have Raj Mishra, you have Mandar, both of them at the crease. 7 runs needed. I think they have it in the bag now. But this is cricket, this is sport. It's not over till it's over. 7 runs, 12 balls. Two very crucial overs for the bowlers. Shashi now in the attack. He has been brilliant in this match, except for the final over there. That was a little expensive, but he still got 3 crucial wickets. Now, can he defend the runs? It's not about the wickets now, it's about defending the runs there, especially with Mandar on strike. Played at first ball. They need to make sure, I think they need to get their fielders a little bit closer. And that's a good ball. That's a good ball. That's a very good ball once again by Shashi. So, pressure building up again. 10 balls, 7 runs. Mandar on strike. Wide ball this time, but he's hit it. He's hit it. Has he found the gap? Well, there's a fielder there. Single. I think they're going to be happy with that single. That was a wider ball. I think the bowler will be a little happy that it didn't go for an extra there. The team captain surely wouldn't have not appreciated that in the close chase that it is right now. Field change just adjusting now to the left-hander. This man is the more of a danger man now because he's smacked a four already. He's already on a certain level of confidence. He had a great bowling spell as well. So the question is, what is Shashi's approach? Is it going to be over the wicket? Is it going to be around the wicket? Shashi now, and that's down the line. That's down the ground, and that's a six. That is a six. Well, talk about match winning moments. And he has ended that. One run taken on the previous, he ended it with a six, and there you have it. With balls to spare, a lot of balls to spare, still 9 balls to go. They've won the game. What a brilliant game we've got to witness here, and congratulations to both the teams, but the winners, of course, Sai Cricket Club, well chased off the back of multiple contributors, and props to Raj Mishra for that 4 and the 6, well struck by him, and ultimately the winners, a Sai Cricket Club. Good game of cricket we got to see. And well, that is it from our side, from the commentary panel. And thank you for joining in. Hope you had as much fun as we did. As much fun as we did. And well, that is it. The winners, Sai Cricket Club. You wouldn't want to say losers, but hard luck. Well fought by KCC. And that is it for today's game. Thank you.